Hello, and thank you so much for joining this self-publishing class. I wanted to take a moment to show you how you can use Canva, the free version on canva.com, to put together your front panel for your book cover. Okay, so I'm already logged in, but you will need to go to canva.com and create an account. Once you create an account, you'll see this dashboard. Come to where it says book cover and click. You have a lot of templates to choose from, depending on the kind of book that you have written. Is it romance, fiction, business, nonfiction? They have a lot of templates to choose from. Once you click the template that you like, notice to the left that you have a lot of options that they have categorized. So if you decide you don't want this particular template, you have more to choose from. And instead of having to sift through all of them, you can decide which kind of cover you want to choose from and choose another option. And if you click on it, it will override what you've done here. Okay, I'm using this template because I actually use this as a base for my latest book on grant writing. When you click an element, you have the option to change any of the elements. You can edit these elements or you can delete them. If you find that something doesn't quite fit your book, then you can delete it. So you can highlight it and change it by typing over it. You can keep it. Whatever you want to do, you can modify this template to make it your own. If you click the background and click that color wheel, you can change the background of the book. Right now it is white. You can click any color to change the background. Click anywhere on the screen and this color wheel will go away. So we're keeping it white. If you want to keep these elements, it says remove watermark. That means before you can download it, you're going to have to pay $1. And that's not bad at all. And again, you want to click this, double click it, highlight it, and put your name there. Whenever you make changes, you want to highlight it, but you can change the font size. You can change the font type. Right now it's at Anonymous Pro, which I kind of like, but you can choose another one. Again, click anywhere on the screen to get out of that menu option. Now, here's what I did with this particular template. You can see that I added this typewriter element and I adjusted the wording. I adjusted the fonts from that original template. I also changed the color here. So you can keep the template as is, or you can make those modifications. In order to get that typewriter in here, here's what I clicked to the left. Click Elements. I searched for a typewriter. As you can see, this came up as an option. So you just click down on it and move it over to your template. You can position it however you want it. So I went ahead and deleted grants, or deleted that font and that wording, and I made space for the typewriter. You can also move that down a little bit. All I did was to just drag the bottom of this rectangle, let it go. So let's say you're ready to download your cover because you like how it looks. Go to the top right, click download, click download again, because now you have these options. Since there are 2 premium illustrations here, you will need to pay $2, which I did. So that's why you have the pay and download option. Or you can download a free watermarked draft. I'm going to click this for the purposes of this tutorial. I'm just going to save it, let it save to downloads, but you can save it to your desktop or wherever you like. I'm clicking continue editing to get back to that design board. This has downloaded as a PDF, so I'm just going to click it for the purposes of this tutorial, just so that you can see what it looks like. This is what they mean by watermarked. So this is unusable. It's free, but those images are watermarked, so you would not be able to use it in your project. But this is a good mock-up if you just want to give somebody an example of what it looks like. Again, when I used it, I paid for these 2 images, and so there were no watermarks. I could download my cover very easily and use it in my project. Hello, this is part 2 of the Canva book cover tutorial. In the first video, I showed you how to create the front cover, the front panel of your book cover. You can also do the same for your back cover. So the front cover tutorial also applies to the back cover. Remember, you need a front panel and a back panel for your book cover. Now in Canva, I'm going to show you how to consolidate it into one full book cover document. So you have your front cover and your back cover. You should also have a book cover template, either from Amazon.com or from Lulu. It will look like this. This is from Amazon.com. So you want to look at the dimensions of this entire book cover. It will be 6 by 9 when it's printed, but you need the length of the entire document, which is 12 by 511 inches by 9.250 inches. So that is what we are going to put in Canva. I'm just going to copy and paste this number so that I won't forget. You're going to click Custom Size. So I'm just going to paste the width in there and make sure that it's in inches. So you have 12.511 width, 9.250 height, which are the dimensions of the Amazon cover. Click Create New Design. Notice the blank page in the center of the canvas. Click Uploads. You are going to click Upload Media, find where you saved your book cover image, and upload it. I have already uploaded the book cover image. You will get a PDF version and a Ping graphic version. For Canva, you want to use the Ping version. So you're going to left click on it and drag it over to the blank canvas. It will usually fill it in for you, but that can take some doing. So you just want to make sure that the book cover fits correctly inside that blank canvas. So this is your bottom layer. Now you want to note the barcode image. Make sure that nothing covers that barcode image. One thing that I have done that you can do to remind yourself is to click Elements, find a box shape, left click it and drag it over to the canvas. And you want to size it down so that it covers the square representing your barcode on the book cover. This will remind you not to put anything in this spot. Let's go back to uploads. So now that you have your cover image arranged within the canvas and you have your barcode image covered, just to remind you to put nothing in that spot, you want to right click and click Set Image as Background. This will allow you to be able to move things on top of it. So now let's click and drag your front cover over to the front cover panel. You will need to arrange it so that it covers the entire pink area. So you're going to click and drag so that it covers the entire pink area. And just click anywhere outside of the boundary to get those bounding lines off. So as you can see right here, this pink area, this white and this pink, this will be the spine. You want your image to come as close to the spine as possible so that your spine color won't run over to your front cover. So you can just click it and nudge it over and make sure that that pink is covered. Make sure that your image is not going too far up or down off of your book cover. All right, that looks pretty good. So now you want to do the same with your back cover. Because your front and back panels are already sized at 6x9, it should be easy to fit it inside that framework of the book cover template. So again, you want to get it as close as possible to that dotted line of the spine. Now you need to actually form your spine. So you're going to click Elements, click a square shape, and now you are going to arrange it, squeeze it as best as possible to fit within this little space. This is as small as you can get it on Canva. Because my book is only 116 pages, the space for the spine is so small, but that's okay. Here's what we're going to do to fix that or to combat that. So let me just change the color to match the book. And the good thing about Canva is that it will suggest colors based on the cover of your book. So I'm just going to choose that one. So now it blends well with the rest of the book. You want to right click it, click Send to Back. So now, although this spine is still a little big, that's okay because the color is going to blend right in with the rest of the book as long as you click Send it to the back. And click anywhere outside of the canvas to get rid of those bounding lines. Okay, so it looks pretty good. You want to make sure that no part of that template is showing. So you might need to zoom in to make sure. and zoom back out again to fit on canvas. So on the canvas. So that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and consolidate it down. Click share, click download, click this down arrow under file type because we need for this to be a high quality PDF. For printing purposes, it needs to be a high quality PDF, and click download. And it is downloading to your desktop, or it might be under your downloads folder. At this point, your book cover is done. You have just downloaded a high quality PDF. You can save it wherever you want to save it. So this is already a folder I've been working with. Just click save, but you choose where you want to save it, either on your desktop or wherever you want to save it so you can get to it. When you publish to Amazon or to Lulu or any other publisher, your book cover needs to be in one high quality PDF file. And this is a way that you can do it for free on Canva. All right, hopefully this tutorial has been helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching, and happy publishing. Okay, let's revisit the spine. For this demonstration, I have a Lulu cover. So let's say that your spine is large enough for you to put text, for you to put the name of the book and your name on the spine. Here's what you want to do. Here is the space. This purple is the space that you have for any writing or any little icons that you put on the spine. These are the borders of your front cover and your back cover. So you do not want your spine text to spill over to either of these darker areas. So everything for your spine, you're going to keep right here in this purple area. Let's click text. Click and drag a style of text. Okay, let's go ahead and put in the title of your book. Give a few spaces and put your name. Do you see this little rotation icon right here? Click and turn it clockwise until it gets to 90 degrees. Now, move it over with this move icon and position it over the purple. And you'll see that there's a little pink straight line helping you to center it. So this text is way too big. Let's highlight it and decrease the font. Since this is going on the spine, you really don't want a font style that's going to be too thick or too wide. You can play with different styles, but I have found Glacial Indifference to be a lot more narrow and still readable. So let's still decrease the font size so that it will comfortably fit inside that purple space. Okay, and you can see that it centered the text as best as possible. You still don't want your text to go too far over to these dark purple boundaries because it will spill over to the front or the back, or it might get cut off. So continue to adjust the font size of your text until it will not bleed over to the sides. Okay, as you can see, it went ahead and centered the text, and it looks pretty good. So your text is centered on that spine. Let's go ahead and space it so that the title of your book is towards the top and your name is towards the bottom. So just click after the last word of your title and hit the space bar. So that looks pretty good. If you still feel like your text is too far to the edge, go ahead and decrease the font a little bit more. And every time you change the font, you want to center it again. Okay, that looks pretty good. So you need to fill in this spine, right, with a color. So let's go ahead and go to Elements, choose a square shape. Okay, and you're going to arrange it so that it is behind the color of your text. So let's click the shape and change the color of the shape. It is behind the text, which is where you want it. To make sure, click the shape again. You want to right click it. And it is already sent to the back, which means it is at the back of your text on your spine. How do we know that? Because the only options are bring it forward or bring it to front. You don't want to do that. You want the color strip to be behind your text so that the text shows on top of that color. Looking at it again, let me show you another way to change the color. Click this plus sign under Document Colors. You can also put in your own color. You need the hexadecimal for the color. Just hit Enter, and the color of the spine has now changed to the color that you put in. So you want to make sure that your front cover covers that blue and that your back cover covers that blue so that your spine is seamless. Here's what I mean. Position your front panel so that it covers that dark color that was around the spine. And do the same with your back. Now this is a different size cover, so that's why the photo is looking like that. So there should be no spacing and no odd colors between the spine and your front and back panels. It should look seamless. All right, and that is how you create a spine for your book cover when you are using Canva.